Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Welcome to Draft House Drive.
Welcome to Draft House Drive.
Brett's not here because he has to work.
Yes.
Yay.
He's getting off in 6 minutes.
Yay. We're going to go see Mother. Or
Yes,
sorry.
we are. Yeah.
Mother. Because it has an exclamation point at the end.
Does it really?
Yeah.
Okay, whoa, what is going on here? Alright, these are freaking white chicks. God damn.
That's why the advice
Like,
to my brother is always
like-
get away from screaming white people.
14, jeez.
Away from screaming white people.
Away from screaming white people. Well,
This
they weren't
is some
screaming,
bad
they were just
shit.
like on top of the...
I know, that's some stupid bad shit.
Yeah. I saw something that I was actually very impressed about, I think in the last week. It was like these two guys, like in a car. I was driving down Independence, going home.
Yep.
And like, one of them was two guys were in the back seat. One of them on this side, one of them on the other side.
Yeah.
They both, while the car was going like 40, they went out of the windows and high-fived each other over the roof of the car outside.
That
was
could,
pretty.
fuck them up.
Yeah. And I wanted to drive next to him and be like, yo, what the fuck? But they kind of like, they evaded me.
Yeah.
I was actually genuinely impressed by that.
Yeah.
The fact that they could pull that off without like fucking killing themselves.
So what did you have to do with Brett today? Because he texted me too.
Yeah. So he got himself locked out of his car. He locked his keys into his car. So he asked me to go to his house, pick up his spare keys, and give it to him. So
Nice.
I did that. Yeah.
And how long was the drive there?
Well, I kind of made some stops on the way.
But like, if you took out the stops, how long do you think it would have been?
Probably like a good 45 minutes.
Fuck that.
And the thing is, it's a good 45 minutes in like semi-okay traffic.
Yeah.
Like if he had to like work at like 8 a.m. and go through like a regular like commute, that like I don't doubt that it would take him like an hour and a half to get there.
Fuck that.
Like it's a long ass drive. I never even realized. I genuinely didn't realize how long of a drive it was.
I assumed it was about that long.
Yeah.
After we watched Eraserhead, I'm like, man, when are you gonna be getting back home? Because remember, you had to leave halfway through.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
And he left at like 12. And he's like, I'll probably get back home at like 2 or 2:30. And I'm like, fuck, man, no. No.
God damn.
No. I will work 5 minutes away or like 30 minutes away if I decide to walk/run.
Have you done that before?
Yeah, I've walked to work before.
Really? Why?
Because it was spring break and I'm like, why not? So I would put on a hoodie and I'd drive there, drop off my stuff, drive home, sprint there, work, then sprint home whenever everything was over.
Okay.
Well, not sprint, but like something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That, I mean, okay, more power to you, I guess, to each his own. Yeah.
But that's like rare. Because it makes a lot. There's a car, Casey.
Oh shit. Okay.
Fuck, boy.
Sorry, my bad. It was this car.
I know, that's why you don't go when those cars are there.
I mean,
I remember one time I was in the car with one of my coworkers and he turned when there were like 10 of those cars in that lane and I'm like, don't turn because there's a car that you couldn't see. He said, it's okay, 50% chance live, 50% chance die. And I'm like, stop.
That's fine. Those are okay odds, I guess.
This is the same person who, when I was in his car one time, he turns to me halfway through the drive home and he's like, I had a dream about us. And I'm like, what do you mean? And he's like, well, I had a dream that I was taking you home and then we got hit by a car.
Okay.
And we didn't die, we were just paralyzed. And I'm like, thank you so much. I never got a ride from him ever again.
Yeah?
Ever again. I refuse.
Yeah. It's one of those premonitions. If like the next time you get in the car with him, that'll happen.
When I shake my head, the one on the left side of my head shakes.
Oh yeah, which one is that? Is that
the from Grand Budapest?
Oh, okay.
You seriously need to watch that movie.
I really want to. I need to add that to my list. I officially have a list. I officially have a list of movies that I like want to see.
You should not have let me know of this.
Okay.
Because I'll text you just so many movies like you need to watch this and this and this and this.
Honestly,
and this.
go ahead. I'm down for that. Go ahead. Because like having a list is nice. Because crossing things off that list has such a nice feeling.
Yeah, ask Brett about what happened when he tried to make a list.
What happened?
Of like games or books or anything where he's ever said, I'm gonna watch or read these, and then I just fuck him in the ass because I give him like 200 things for each list.
I mean,
I'm like, you need to do this, and he's like, okay, and then he never does.
He never does.
Like, never ever.
And in all honesty, I probably won't ever.
I know.
I mean, I won't actively go out of my way to watch it. If I watch it, then I'll cross it off, but I won't like I won't be like, oh, I need to watch this tonight because it's on the list and I didn't get it off.
No, there are some that you need, that you like Grand Budapest. That's one you need to watch.
Yeah. Well, what else?
Well, I'd have to go through.
Okay.
Like, I still Kung Fu Hustle. I still think you need to watch that one. You would
that's
love.
That's another movie I need to
You
have.
would love that movie.
Yeah.
If you like Drunken Tai Chi, it's like Drunken Tai Chi, but that.
And I think I've told you, I've seen like clips of it and stuff, like where like the grandma is just like killing a bunch of these like mobs and gangsters.
It's crazy shit, man.
Yeah.
It's crazy shit.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah, this morning I had my first chem test.
Oh yeah, how was that?
I don't know. We're gonna find out.
Oh wait, that was today. That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, because I was hanging out with some friends yesterday, and we were all playing board games, and like some of them were like studying for chem, and I was just like, what? Why? But like, it's because they had the exam today.
Yeah.
Wait, so how do you think you did?
I have no idea.
You have no idea?
We're gonna find out.
You
I think I did pretty good.
Yeah.
Because I did the practice test that they put online from last year.
Sure.
But the thing is like the practice test, there was like maybe 3 questions that were similar to the practice test on the regular test.
Okay. How many questions total?
32.
32. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it's not.
And on the practice test, I got like a 70.
Okay.
But that was because on some questions I was being a dumbass, so I went back and I checked. And I'm like, okay, I got these wrong because this reason, these wrong because this reason.
Okay.
So yeah.
Yeah. I mean, well, good luck, I guess. I mean, not really good luck anymore, but like, good luck and not failing, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I heard Gen Chem 1 at UTD is like fairly easy. It's just the Alex is annoying.
The Alex is a bitch.
Yeah.
But I'm actually like a week and a half ahead. So
oh,
that's
really?
fine. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Because as long as you sit there for like an hour and you just go through the questions and you know how to do them, then you're fine.
Yeah.
It's like an hour a week. I'd prefer that over the calc homework that I have to do.
Oh yeah, what's your calc homework like?
It's online too.
Oh, really?
It's is
it
Tuesday. I take
WebAssign?
That class is Tuesday and Thursday. Yeah. Tuesday I have a take-home quiz due every week.
Yeah.
Wednesday I have the online homework due every week.
Yeah.
Thursday I have a quiz every week.
Yeah. That's what it was like for me for Cal 1. And then it gets significantly better at like Cal 2. I don't know if you're taking Cal 2 or not.
I'm at applied calculus, I think.
Yeah, so you're in like the dumbed down one too, right?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Is that the one that begins with a 1?
I have no idea.
Okay. I mean, alright.
I don't pay attention to the course numbers. I know my section number is the same as James Bond.
007?
Yeah.
Nice. Oh man. If you need help with calc, I can help you.
I refuse.
You refuse help on calc?
Because you guys have more classes than I do, and you guys are more busy with studying than I am, so I'll figure it out myself.
No, it's not a big deal. No, like, but you work like 70 million hours a week, so like, you're just as busy as we are. But if you're up late one night, like, can't figure out a calc homework, just like send it to me and I'll help you.
No, that's fine.
I'm pretty good at calc. I mean, that offer is like on the table if you need it. Okay. I was actually, speaking of helping out with math homework, I actually, one of my Tinder dates, right?
Yeah.
She added me on Snapchat, and on her Snapchat, on her story, she was going on like this kind of a rant. How the very first thing was like a picture of like her forehead and the ceiling, being like, I will legit Venmo someone $1 if they can help me with my math homework right now. Mm-hmm. And then it basically goes through the stages of her like being angry, being sad, and then just giving up. And then I messaged her being like, yo, send me the homework, send me the problem, I'll do it for you. And then she was like, are you sure? And I was like, yeah, hit me up. I'm a double E major, I'm pretty good at math. And then she sends it to me, and it's this relatively simple linear algebra problem.
Yeah.
I took linear algebra about a year ago.
Yeah.
And it was like the engineering one, so it's a lot harder than like the other ones that are offered.
Yeah.
And she sent it to me, and I did it, and I got it down pretty well. And then she was like, okay, she was like, thank you so much, you rock, I'll bake you cookies sometimes. And I'm just like, fuck yeah.
Nice.
That's, ooh.
How's that going
shit.
for you so far?
Tinder?
Yeah.
It's, not well, I'm not gonna lie. It's getting kind of dry now.
Yeah, that happened to me too. When I first started, you get some more people, but then as it keeps going, you get less and less.
Yeah, and like the matches that I'm getting now are like, it's like, you know how like sometimes you just like swipe right too loosely and you don't really look at anything, you just kind of like go in the motion. That's like what I do most of the time.
Yeah.
And all the matches that I get are the ones that I like end up realizing I have absolutely no interest in at all whatsoever.
So do you Eric Andre then?
There was actually this one girl You're gonna be proud of this. There was this one girl, I did the exact same thing. It was Eric Andre with the hot dogs, and then she responded with lol nice opener, and then I respond with Steve Rule rubbing his nipples, and then she doesn't respond, and so I'm just like fuck it. I look up the Greasy Strangler in the GIF thing, and it's a GIF of the dad having the grease cleaned off of him in the car wash.
Are you with the prickus?
Yeah, no, not with that. Not
Damn.
The face. It's just the face and the chest,
Damn.
and then the two things on the side. And then she immediately deleted the conversation. I was
Nice.
Like, all right.
Nice.
All right. Yeah.
Nice. Nice.
But and the thing is with that girl, I was particularly like, I'm so going to fuck with her in so many ways because one of her pictures, and I don't want to shame this girl. I feel kind of bad, but like
implying that she will ever hear this.
What?
Implying she will ever hear
Sure, but
this.
I don't want anyone who's listening to this to negatively
implying
judge.
that people listen to this.
Fair enough. Yeah, I've actually been telling some of my friends about it, so
Nice.
I think they might actually give it a listen. But this girl, one of her pictures was her like legit like I think taking a dump or something.
Nice.
She was on the toilet, and her pants and her underwear were like down by her ankles, and you could tell she wasn't like wearing anything there. And then like it's a full body picture with the toilet and the two walls coming into a corner behind her. And the big thing is that she was looking at the camera and she was smiling. So not only did she know the picture was being taken, she was happy about it, and then she decided to put it on her Tinder. And I was just like, there's no way I'm going to have any sort of relationship with this person ever. I might as well just fuck with them as much as I can.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That was interesting. Yeah. How have you been? How's your week?
My
Aside from
week.
The chem test.
Chem test today. Otherwise, it was just like homework and work like usual.
Yeah.
But see, like this week, because over the summer and like when I would go to Colin, I couldn't listen to the Boogie Monster podcast. I told you about it before, right, Kyle?
Yeah.
With Boogie Monster with Kyle and Dave, where they talk about paranormal shit, or they just don't and they get wasted and then rant for like an hour. But so I've been like catching up on that, and I'm like a month away from being caught up. I'm like 4 episodes away, and it's perfect because like drive to UTD and back, that's like roughly the perfect amount of time for me to get through one episode.
Yeah.
And I listened to one episode that just because they had two guests from another podcast on theirs called Real Life Sci-Fi or something.
Okay.
And holy shit, I heard the weirdest conspiracy theory I have ever heard in my entire life.
Lay it on me. What is it?
Okay, so they were talking about giants.
Okay.
That's like a pretty straightforward topic, yeah?
Sure, yeah.
Giants. They're like, giants. Did they exist? What do you think, Casey? Do you think giants existed, honestly?
Okay, well the thing is, alright, so there's this one kind of like tumor called acromegaly, right?
Okay.
Acromegaly is on the back of the neck, and it's right above, I think, the pituitary gland or something.
Okay.
It's right above the gland that produces the growth hormone, right?
Yes.
So when someone has acromegaly, like the growth hormone just goes like overboard, and it causes people to become giants. So like Andre the Giant had acromegaly.
Yeah.
There are like many famous giants throughout history, like that were like celebrities had acromegaly. So it's not out of the realm of possibility for like a giant that like I don't think there were any. I don't really know if there were any giants like from Game of Thrones.
No, what I'm talking about, and I agree with you that obviously Andre the Giant was a real fucking person, but I'm talking like a community of like large amounts of people where they are all like 9 to 10 feet tall. That's the kind of giants they were talking about.
You know, I'm gonna go ahead and say no, because I think it's like a thing where it's like over time the average height rate like increased over time.
Yes.
So like people back in the 2000s were like 1.5 feet shorter than like the average height or something like that.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go ahead and say no. I don't think I can believe that like there was a whole community of these people.
Yeah.
Unless it was like them being exiled.
Well, we're talking about like prehistoric times.
Prehistoric
not like
times?
Now. Like long time ago.
I could probably believe it, but I don't.
See, because
I don't really.
Because they were laying some evidence down that I was like, okay, I could see it. Because they were like, so there's all these like Native American tribes and ancient Chinese empires and all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
And what is one thing that's in all of their texts? Giants. It's kind of weird how it's like in all the
What do you mean?
So like if you look at like Egyptian hieroglyphs or Native American paint drawing, cave paintings or anything like that, there's always giants.
Really?
There's like at least like one giant in like every culture in like their mythology or something like that.
Really? Okay.
Because I mean, even like the like Greek people, they were like, oh, the gods are giants or something like that.
Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, okay, sure.
So I mean, I kind of understand that. If there's if it's occurring in different places that have no communication with each other, that's kind of weird.
Yeah.
But then it got real fucking weird because they were like, so, do you know? So right now, the United States, we don't like North Korea.
Sure.
We don't like all these some countries in the Middle East, you know.
Sure.
They were trying to explain how the Rothschilds, who own like a lot of the banks in the world, how the Rothschilds don't have banks in North Korea and all these other places, and the reason why we're declaring war on them is because they don't have these banks inside of them.
Sure.
And they were like, oh, the reason why the government's trying to keep giants from us is because if we realize that giants are real, then we won't have faith in money anymore, and then they'll have to close all the banks. And I'm like, what in the fuck did I just listen to?
What's that? That's some bullshit right there.
But then again,
what the hell?
Then again, on an episode that I showed Brett, and this is like one of the only episodes that I showed him. During the episode, they were talking about this thing called black-eyed children.
Okay.
Which is like this idea that like creepy ass kids show up like every once in a while and they just have like solid black eyes and just stare at you. And I shit you not, they within like 10 minutes of the episode, one of them was just like, it's fucking fake. And then throughout the whole episode, every like 20 minutes, because one of them got into the Insane Clown Posse that morning. So every like 20 minutes, he would play an Insane Clown Posse song for about 20 seconds, and then he'd go, "It is the Boogie Monster with Kyle and Dip 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 Dip." And I'm like, this is why I love this.
I'm dying.
Oh my god. It's so fucking stupid.
Oh my god.
Oh,
God, that's some bullshit.
Yeah.
God damn. I need to start listening.
Dude, it is.
Holy shit.
It is funny. And then on one episode, one of them is trying to audition for the role of the Colonel, like Colonel Sanders, for like the commercials. For like the commercials, yeah. And so in the episode, they had him read the lyrics to a song called "Sex Girls," where what it was, he's like, "Are you ready for the sex girls?"
Oh, Jesus.
It is so funny. I love it so much. It's so fucking stupid.
God damn.
And the first like 10 months of the podcast, they recorded it in some learning annex where one of them, they didn't have real chairs. What they did is one of the chairs that they used was from one of their vans.
Okay.
Because one of them lives in a van.
Why?
Because he doesn't like apartments.
Okay.
And then the other one was sitting on an exercise ball when they would record. And there were multiple episodes where they would just get up and go like drink whiskey or eat pizza or do dishes because they're like, fuck it, man, who cares?
Oh, man. Oh, that's some good shit. God damn.
It's this one.
Okay. Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
It's this one.
Yeah, one more? Okay.
So are you excited for this movie?
You know, honestly, not really. I mean, I'm excited to see Jennifer Lawrence. I'm excited for Javier Bardem. But, I mean, from what I can see in the trailers, it doesn't... I mean, I don't really know too much about... I mean, I guess I don't really know too much about it, so my review could just be, like, spectacular. But I mean, from what I know right now, it seems like this can just be, like, a forgettable movie for me, and it doesn't seem like it's gonna be...
What about Michelle Pfeiffer?
Michelle Pfeiffer?
Pfeiffer.
Well, I'm not really that big.
Her name's Pfeiffer.
I'm aware. Yeah. I'm not sure of what. I'm not that big of a Michelle Pfeiffer.
She was Catwoman.
Was she?
Yeah, that was Batman Returns Catwoman.
Batman Returns?
Yeah, like.
That's the yeah, you're right. Yeah, Penguin. Yeah, that's right.
What other?
Danny DeVito.
The fucking you think she's Anne Hathaway, dumbass?
No, just fucking goddamn. I just
Melon Man.
Sure.
Oh, I see. Oh, I wanted an update on your parking pass. What happened to it?
Oh,
How
so
did it get
no, I
resolved?
mean I got it. So like the very next day, the police the police department at UTD.
Yep.
They sent the police report to the parking office. They emailed me saying like, hey, like we got the police report. You can come in and get a free like parking. You can get a free replacement.
Yeah.
I went and got the replacement, and it's been good ever since.
Okay.
And I have been locking my car.
Did they find the person who did it?
I would assume not, because they have the officer said like give me your contact info just in case like we find the guy and we want to like question you or something, and they haven't contacted me at all yet.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming they haven't found the guy, but I don't think they're gonna find the guy at all because like I was parked on the second floor of the parking garage.
Yeah.
And they don't have any cameras on that floor. They only have cameras going at the main entrances of the
Okay.
like of where the cars are. So there's not really any like
But see,
way to like see who took my car.
The
away.
reason I'd think they'd catch him is because we have like barcodes on the thing, right? And like there's
Right.
a number.
Okay, but the thing is, people only, so they're only going to check the number if he's parked in the place he shouldn't be.
Oh.
So if he's parking anywhere other than, like, if he parks in only orange, green, and gold, then he'll be fine. They'll never check.
So they're never gonna check.
Yeah,
him.
probably not. Yeah.
That's stupid.
Like the only situation in which like one of the guys that's like on the you've seen him in like the vest and they
Yeah.
check the cars and stuff. The only way someone would find that is if he were parked somewhere he shouldn't be and then they like scanned it.
That's stupid.
Yeah.
Then why even put the fucking barcode on it? That's just dumb.
Yeah, I suppose.
Okay, that's part one. Yay.
Yeah. All right. Mother.
Done. No, mother. Done. No, wait. I have to
You have
unlock
to
it.
press
'cause
the
it-
goddamn.
Shut
Is
up.
it still going?
Yes, it's still go. Okay, and.